Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be trying some popular YouTubers recipes and I am so excited about this. I thought I would try something a little bit different because I've really enjoyed learning how to cook over the last year. I'm very much still a beginner amateur cook, but I think I'm getting better, hopefully. So today we're going to be trying out recipes from 3 different popular YouTubers, and so if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want me to do this as a series, please let me know any other YouTubers you want me to try their recipes on this channel. So we're going to start off with Rachel Amma. I love her. I think her recipes look really amazing, but I'm that kind of person who watches loads of cooking channels but never actually makes them. So today we're going to make her insane jerk tacos, which I am very excited about. The only thing I couldn't get was plantain, and that's because I'm kind of in the country. In London, you can get them anywhere. So I'm excited. We are gonna get started. Oh, and just a quick thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video, but more about them a little bit later on. Okay, so the first recipe we're doing is the vegan tacos by Rachel Amma, and we're starting off by making the jerk sauce that she talks about. And the base is really simple and easy. You've got delicious flavors like ginger and spring onions and garlic, I think. And also, this is where it gets exciting. She uses Scotch bonnet peppers, but she's very good at sort of telling us, you know, wash your hands afterwards, only use one. If you can't handle really spicy food, then take the seeds out. For some reason, even though I washed my hands, clearly there was still some Scotch bonnet left on my fingers, and that was not pleasant later, I tell you that. Anyway, when we're making the sauce was really simple, and just putting all these flavors together, they just grew so much in flavor and taste, and it had a sort of sweetness, a tanginess, and I love the fact that she uses brown miso, because I love brown miso. It is so delicious, and as she says as well in her recipe, if you're not using meat because she's using plant-based ingredients, then it adds so much flavor to make it a deeper flavor. And well, she's just completely right, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Once we've made the jerk sauce and just kind of put it to the side to simmer down, then we're going to make the cooling sauce. And I never really use avocados because obviously they're not the most sustainable option, so it was quite a treat to use these. And this is just a really simple cooling base of the taco. So yeah, just 3 ingredients, blended up, and delicious. She used some olive oil in hers, but I forgot the only reason why I didn't use it. And then making the mushrooms. This again was a really easy step. I think the only thing that takes a lot of time is just the preparation of the first ingredients, but even then it's really not that long. And to be honest, it felt longer just because I was filming the whole thing. If you've never tried oyster mushrooms, especially if you like mushrooms, they are just phenomenal. The Korean vegan, actually, she made a fried chicken recipe recently with the oyster mushrooms, and it just looked so good. So maybe I'll try that out in another recipe. And that's basically it. Once the mushrooms are cooked and crispy, then you just build your tacos. You put the avocado stuff at the bottom, then you add in your mushrooms, and it's just pure flavor. I was surprised that this jerk sauce wasn't actually as sort of blow your head off as I thought it was going to be. It was so delicious, because sometimes for me, if it's too spicy, then I just can't handle it and I can't taste it. But this was just a perfect mix of heat. Okay, now it's for the moment of truth. I've got 2 tacos prepared and I'm gonna get my boyfriend to also try them at the same time. I am so excited. I was trying the sauce as we were going through and it was just unreal. So we're going to try it all together now. That one's yours. This is going to be messy. What do you think?
It's really nice. I have to talk quickly because I feel the spice building up. It is really nice. I like this little bit of sweetness that's in there.
It's just so delicious. I could eat these all day. I think the only thing that would be better is if I'd been able to find corn tortillas, which I wasn't, and also I couldn't be bothered to make them this time, but I think next time I will, because corn tortillas are way better, aren't they?
They are really, really good.
Anyway, we're going to finish this before getting on to the next recipe. I was actually planning on keeping the rest of this for later because we're making so many recipes, but it's so good that we're literally going to eat all of it now. I just want to take a small break to say thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Squarespace gives people a powerful and beautiful online platform from which to create your website. You can connect with your audience and generate revenue through gated members-only content, manage your members and send email communications, and leverage audience insights. I love creating a community over on Squarespace because I can use their fully integrated commenting system that supports threaded comments, replies, and likes. So if you're interested, head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/sustainablyvegan to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Okay, what's the next one? Okay, I took a long break after eating all of those tacos because we just couldn't help ourselves and we had to finish all of them. So yes, now we are ready for some dinner. We're going to be looking at Pickup Limes. Pickup Limes is a huge YouTuber. She's got over 3 million followers, and she predominantly focuses on plant-based meals and meal prep and easy meals and things like that. I think she's also a registered dietitian. We're going to be looking at 2 of her 7 ingredient pasta dishes, and because there are only 7 ingredients, I wanted to try 2 of them just to see what they were like. And then at the end of this video, after our next YouTuber, we're going to be trying one of Pickup Limes' desserts as well, which is kind of like a vegan blueberry mug cake. So we're going to be seeing how easy these are to make, are they delicious with only 7 ingredients, and Pickup Limes is again one of those YouTubers that I followed and watched for ages but haven't necessarily tried that many of their recipes because I just love to watch the videos. So we're going to try them now. Okay, next we have Pickup Limes' red or grilled red pepper pesto pasta. So many peas. Okay, so I chose this one because, one, I do like peppers and pasta and pestos. You guys know I love pestos. So I decided to try this one because these are supposed to be easy 7 ingredient pasta dishes. So we're going to see how easy they really are. First, we're just grilling the peppers, which is fun. You can also, she suggests, buy them already grilled if you just want it to be much quicker. Obviously I chose a small pan by accident, as per usual, is always my style. So I had to do these in 2 batches, but that was fine. Then we added in quite a few cloves of garlic, which was good. Even though this is a simple recipe, there were lots of steps of sort of grilling things, putting it in the blender, going back to the grill, then back to the blender. But if you have someone helping you, sometimes it's just easier if someone just tells you what you're supposed to be doing, and then you can just follow their instructions. I did have to go back and forth between the computer but she has a really easy blog post. That's what I also love about Pickup Limes, is that she always has a blog post for everything that she makes. So it's so simple. She also uses courgettes. I just love baby courgettes, so that's why I'm using these. It's just a nice extra way of getting some vegetables into your pasta. And then back to the blender, we're putting in the other ingredients, sun-dried tomatoes, and she uses walnuts. I do love a walnut, and she asks you to toast them first. And then we blend away. I mean, and that's literally it. The only other thing that I did was cook the pasta and add the peas, and then you just put everything together. So it's really that simple. Again, it only took me a little bit extra time because I was filming, but here, look at me. I'm trying to do that chefy thing where you twizzle it, and I just absolutely failed. It took me so long to get it to stand, and then, oh, yeah, it still falls. Of course it still falls, but I'm trying to be a little chefy chef, make everything look a bit more beautiful for you, you know? But this is one of those things. It's just a really simple dish, and it can be as flavorful as you want it to be. You can add more salt if you want to add salt. You can add lots of fresh herbs if you want to add fresh herbs. I added some fresh basil to the top, which definitely made it more delicious. But yeah, it's just a simple, easy recipe, and I think it's one of those really good weekday ones because, you know, if you're busy, you're working, you want to throw something together. Okay, we're doing a taste test over here. Whew. There are a few things I like more than pasta. They really are. The peppers are so sweet, but not too sweet. And I don't think I've ever had a kind of red pepper pesto before. It really is nice. It's like a really fresh tasting dish. This is like the perfect kind of late summer meal, I think, because courgettes are in season, peas are in season, red peppers will be in season, basil is in season. So it uses a lot of summer seasonal veg, which is really nice. And it just tastes good. I really like walnuts as well. Yeah, this is a thumbs up from me. And it was really easy as well. I always think that it's so important that there are lots of accessible plant-based meals, especially for people who are just trying a few new ones or wanting to move to a slightly more plant-based lifestyle. It's so important there are easy and affordable recipes online for people to see how easy it can be. This, definitely a winner. Okay, now the second Pick Up Limes pasta dish that we're doing is a sage and butternut squash recipe. I had a few things of these in my garden, so I thought, what a perfect recipe to try. Okay, so I had some rocket that I needed to eat, so we're going to be picking some of that from the garden. And then we are also going to be getting some sage. I literally planted this sage months ago and I haven't even used it. I got a variegated type just because it looked fancier and I wanted to use the word variegated. But this is the first time that I'm using it, so we've got loads to choose from. Once I collected all of this stuff from the garden, then we are moving into the kitchen and starting on the butternut squash. This is the thing that takes the longest. Chopping it up, slicing it real thin, putting it on a baking sheet, baking it in the oven. This is the one thing that sometimes it's good to have a partner to cook with, because then you can do lots of different things together and make it a sort of a shorter affair. But what I really love about this recipe is that she does take waste in mind. So she says, you know, you don't need to peel it. I prefer the peel on anyway. And also we can use the seeds, so we don't have to waste the seeds. And I just really like that more sustainable approach, thinking about not wasting food in that way. I also just absolutely love that she used a whole head of garlic, but once you cook it, it takes away some of the strength of the flavour, so it's delicious. So once that is cooking in the oven, we're going to prepare the seeds. I've definitely used the seeds before, but sometimes I just put them to the side and someone else will do it because I'm that lazy. I know, I hate to admit it. But in this recipe, we are using the seeds, we're putting them together, going to add just some olive oil and some salt, something really, really simple, and we're going to roast them in the oven. So this is your, you know, what's the word? What do people say? I can't remember what people say, you know, where they're like, this is your something, your sign. This is the sign next time you make a squash or a pumpkin to use the seeds. Now I couldn't find the pasta that she uses. She uses a really beautiful big kind of rigatoni style pasta, so I just used whatever fancy pasta I could find. Again, this recipe does have a few steps, but honestly, without these pumpkin seed or squash seeds, it wouldn't have been half as good in my opinion. They're just like these little crunchy bursts of flavour. The only thing that confused me slightly is after we spent time crisping up the sage and adding the garlic and stuff, you add in some of the pasta water, but doesn't that make the sage not crispy anymore? I don't know, but that was my only concern with this. And then we add the cream. I used soy cream, which I'm actually quite surprised about. I usually don't like plant-based alternatives. I think they don't taste very nice, but plant-based cream it's on the up and up. And that's literally it. And then we plate it up with some of the rocket from the garden, squeeze of lemon, some of the crispy butternut squash, and then also, of course, those lovely, lovely seeds that are little crunchy, salty deliciousness. Make it look. I mean, it's quite a nice, simple dish, in my opinion.
We're gonna eat them super easy.
Well, these ones were pretty easy because there were only 7 ingredients. So it's fairly simple just to put them together.
This is nice.
Okay, and the last thing we are trying is Pickup Lime's vegan blueberry mug cake. Now, I say later in this video that I give this a 10 out of 10 for ease because it was incredibly easy. I used rapeseed oil, which I wouldn't use again. You're supposed to use a neutral oil, and rapeseed oil just isn't that neutral in my opinion. For something like this anyway, I maybe would have used something like coconut oil. She suggested vegetable oil, but I just wanted to use something that I had. Anyway, the simple ingredients are honestly just so quick and easy, and you probably have most of these in your cupboard anyway. Flour, spices like cinnamon, some salt, vanilla, soy milk, and some blueberries. And that's literally it. And then you put it in the microwave. I would give this, as I said, 10 out of 10 for ease. And then maybe when I do actually eat something sweet, I would like it to be quite sweet. So I would probably add a little bit more sugar next time, or something like maple syrup. But apart from that, I mean, it's everything you could want in a mug cake, to be honest. Yeah, that is good, isn't it? As per usual, I was very ambitious thinking I could do 3 YouTubers in one video. I think in future, if I do more of these, I will do 1 YouTuber per video, but multiple recipes. Let me know what you think about that. Okay, so out of the recipes that we did today, Rachel Ammer's jerk, tacos, Pickup Lime's 2 pasta dishes, and her mug cake. What would I rate them out of 10? Let's think about it. Okay, so Rachel Ammer's flavor and deliciousness, I'll give it a 10 out of 10, and that's not being generous. It was truly that delicious. Ease of making, maybe I give it a 7 out of 10, just because you need lots of ingredients, different pots and pans and things like that, but still 100% worth it. Pickup Lime's definitely gonna say like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 for ease of making, because even though it was only 7 ingredients, you still did need a few different pots and pans and machines and ovens and things like that. And taste, I would definitely, maybe I'll go for an 8 out of 10 because they were more on the simple side, because obviously they only had 7 ingredients. Still delicious. I think with the creamy one, the only thing I would have added is some white miso, but that's because I think it's the most delicious thing and adds so much flavor to everything. But remember guys, I'm not a real cook. I'm just a lover of food, trying to get better at understanding food. These 2 are still 2 of my absolute favorite people to watch, and now that I've actually tried a lot of their recipes, I will continue to try so many more. It's really fun being able to just experiment with different flavors and different dishes and different types of seasonings and things like that, and also just getting to know how well flavors go together. That's definitely something I've been really interested in learning more about over the past year in particular. The mug cake. Obviously 10 out of 10 for ease. It was really simple, and most of the ingredients we already had in the cupboard. If you have a sweet tooth, I personally would add more sugar because I think it's more on the chilled side. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so that you never miss another video when it comes to food. And if you'd like this to become a proper series, please let me know in the comments, because I like to get feedback to know that you actually like these videos, because if you do, then of course we'll make more. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very, very, very soon. Have a lovely day. Bye.